SLA News 12 starts now.
If you step foot outside today or within the last couple of days, you know it's cold. And those temperatures we see over the next few days could also be dangerous. Good evening, I'm Destiny Patterson. Thanks for watching our weekend edition of KSLA News 12. The National Weather Service of New Orleans shared this graphic that we're showing you, and it shows why you need to pay attention to wind chills. They say hypothermia could sneak up on you, and we want to remind you to layer up and watch how long you're out in those elements. So we're going to send it over to our first alert meteorologist for our freezing first alert forecast. Jessica, it's cold, obviously, but I hear it's only supposed to get colder.
Yeah, overnight tonight, temperatures are once again, Destiny, going to bottom out in the 20s. Sub-freezing temperatures will be back once again. And look at this, 27 in Shreveport, 23 tomorrow morning in Coushatta, as well as Natchitoches, 25 in Manny, 25 as well in Central Texas, 23 for DeQueen, 29 in Texarkana. Going to be a very frigid start to the day once again on your Sunday. So before you head out the door, maybe we want to add a little extra time to warm up your car as you get going out there. Again, very cold out there, but still very cold out there now. We're already below freezing. 30 currently in Shreveport, 26 right now in Marshall, Texas. We're at 28 in Mansfield, 25 currently in Natchitoches, 33 in Texarkana, one of the warmer spots for the evening. 25 though in DeQueen, below freezing still in Idabel, sitting at 30 degrees right now. Want to remember the 4 Ps. I think the pipes will be fine. We're not under a hard freeze warning like we were last night or into early this morning, but you want to make sure that your people are still staying warm. Also want to bring in your pets. If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them outside, or if they do have to be outside, make sure that they are well insulated. Plants, also bring those in so that they continue to survive as we go throughout the next couple of months. I'll be back showing how cold it's going to get, also talking about the next chances for rain here in the ArkLaTex.
The Shreveport-Bossier Rescue Mission is keeping its doors open 24 hours a day right now as that cold weather rolls in. KSLA News 12's Jade Myers explains how it plans to help those in need find a warm place to stay.
When conditions become cold, some people don't have heat or a warm place to stay. That's where the Shreveport-Bossier Rescue Mission comes in.
We get around 45, 42 degrees. We really look at the 42 degrees, but it could be 45 and the wind be blowing, have a wind chill factor of 40 or 38 degrees. Anytime we get into that mode, we watch the weather and we let all our staff know we're going into inclement weather.
That means the mission takes in people 24 hours a day, or however long the inclement weather will last.
If somebody shows up at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna do our best to intake them in, and get them out of the weather.
The mission is currently taking care of 78 men, women, and children.
Could be a person that got evicted, maybe through whatever circumstance, through COVID or whatever, they lost their job, and they got evicted, or they was living with somebody and they had to leave. So there's just so many different aspects of what we do to help people.
Right now, Otwell said they need donations.
Number one, prayer, and then large jackets, socks, warm clothes, long sleeve shirts, warm clothes and things like that, water.
Items to help those in need stay warm. Jade Myers, KSLA News 12.
Tonight we have an update on the young puppy seen here in this surveillance video. Workers of a nearby business have taken that pup in. We're going to give you a closer look at that video right now. You can see a car drive up to the corner, and then a man walks to the passenger side, opens the door, and tosses the puppy on the ground. KSLA News 12 spoke with employees at Halco Production Machining, where the puppy was found and cared for.
So we went to lunch around 11 o'clock with some managers, and when we came back, a car right over here, I noticed a dog was underneath it, really scared and cold. The quality manager, Shane Smithers, I got him out here, and it took him about an hour to get Buster acclimated, and then we brought him into the plant and fed him and watered him. We'll see.
We're told the person caring for that puppy is in contact with a woman who claims to be the dog's owner. Today, kids and their parents got a chance to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The city of Shreveport joined the Louisiana Department of Health and LSU Health Shreveport to offer pediatric COVID-19 vaccinations. Kids and their parents both received the COVID-19 vaccinations. KSLA News 12 spoke with a parent who received his first dose.
One reason is because with all the COVID that's going around, it's best to be vaccinated than non-vaccinated. I've heard that more vaccinated people are getting sick more than unvaccinated, so it's best. And I brought my son along to see it's no pain, very quick and effective.
Shots were administered at Bilberry Park. The Food and Drug Administration may start limiting monoclonal antibody treatments for COVID-19 cases. That's according to a source close to the decision making. That source says the treatments have not been an effective tool against the Omicron variant specifically, and now the CDC says nearly 100% of nationwide cases are from Omicron. Texas Governor Greg Abbott still supports those treatments. More than 63% of Americans are fully vaccinated, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The Omicron variant has shown to cause less severe illness than the Delta variant, but health officials stress the virus still poses a threat. COVID-19 has been a dominant factor in everyday life for the past 2 years, ranging from mask wearing in public to lengthy hospital stays. But some health experts say that might change in the semi-near future.
We see fewer and fewer people who've never dealt with one form or another of the virus that causes COVID before. And because of that, we're seeing a lot less severe illness, a lot fewer deaths per infection.
We have so many more tools now compared to 2020 or 2021. And we are also dealing with, thankfully, a milder variant with the Omicron variant.
One CDC study found booster shots are 90% effective at preventing hospitalizations. Doctors say the sooner more people get vaccinated, the sooner the world can get the upper hand on this pandemic. Today at the Capitol, thousands marched advocating for an end to abortion here in the state of Louisiana. Rianne Bizette reports.
Hundreds from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama marched in downtown Baton Rouge, hoping to put an end to abortion. It's the 49th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, where the Supreme Court legally decided to give women the right to an abortion. But now anti-abortion activists and lawmakers want to change that.
You change culture. You don't change culture on a dime. You change culture gradually, and that's what we've seen over the last 40 years.
Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy has been at the forefront of the fight to change abortion laws in the state.
In a representative democracy, the people express their desires, and the representatives hear and try and put it into law. This is the people of our state expressing their desire for the mama and for the child.
But others worry about the possible overthrow of Roe versus Wade. Michelle Ehrenberg, who is with Lift Louisiana, says it could be detrimental for women's health care.
Our biggest concern is that many people will try to terminate their own pregnancies using means and methods that may not be safe for them.
Ehrenberg argues that she wishes more anti-abortion advocates would be more open-minded to other forms of birth control, because she says at the end of the day, women need other options.
When I listen to the people who are adamantly against people having abortion access, one of my biggest questions to them is, then, can you show up and support expanding access to birth control, providing sex education to young people and, even adults who may not have received that kind of information.
In Baton Rouge, I'm Rianne Bizette.
The IRS tax season starts Monday, and while everyone may not be required to file, experts say there's more money on the table this year thanks to benefits like recovery rebate credit and the child tax credit. Remember, most income is taxable, like unemployment benefits and some payments made through money sharing apps. The IRS thinks it could take 3 weeks to turn around your refund, so if you file Monday, you could be paid by Valentine's Day. Also keep in mind some deadlines changed for Louisiana because of storms in the fall.
You've been pre-qualified for the SBA EIDL Business Loan Program. It's really important that we speak to you as soon as possible.
I mean, it sounds pretty legit, right? Well, in some cases, it's probably not. The Better Business Bureau is warning you scammers are taking advantage of small business owners, especially those who need a little extra help because of the pandemic. The BBB fears that business owners are so desperate for help that they miss red flags.
They have found a way to capitalize and to lure their victims into their tricks. And just because, somebody is calling you with a friendly voice, don't do business with a company until you know exactly who you're doing business with.
It's hard enough the way it is during the pandemic for small businesses, and to add this potential risk that could jeopardize the already shaky finances of many small businesses is really unfortunate.
The Better Business Bureau urges you to report scammers by visiting its Scam Tracker website. Scammers are also targeting all of us with student loans because those payments restart in May. One student loan debt scam expert says if someone is calling and asking for your personal information over the phone, you should be cautious.
In any of these scenarios, it's probably been close to 2 years since you've looked at your student loan information. We're going to recommend you go to studentaid.gov and take a look at who your new loan servicer is, update your profile information, and actually have the information of how much you owe, who's your servicer, along with all of these other things.
Bottom line, when it comes to giving out information, don't do it if you feel hesitant. Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren airs tomorrow on KSLA News 12. Here's a sneak peek of this week's show.
More on Full Court Press, I asked Senator Chris Coons about Russia's growing presence on Ukraine's border.
Any Russian crossing of the Ukrainian border will be responded to massively and swiftly. Vladimir Putin is the greatest threat to European stability, peace, and safety, and President Biden is doing a strong job of clarifying that threat and of organizing the West to confront him.
Mardi Gras is back, and tonight the crew of Atlas took us through each holiday of the year. Our very own Doug Warner led the black tie event as the MC, and the crew says holidays was the perfect theme since it's a time when people come together and give back to their communities. This year is special given the 2 years off due to COVID.
Mardi Gras was an awesome experience. You get to dress up. When you're older, you don't get to dress up as much, it's past your homecoming days. And so Mardi Gras is one of those things where you get to dress in different things and it's just a wonderful tradition.
Some of the holidays featured were Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras. Now we have ticket prices for each ball up for you on the KSLA News 12 app. We also have a list of parades coming up and all things Mardi Gras in Louisiana, including king cake spines. Just scan that QR code that you see there on your screen.